Hey everyone, today I want to take a look at Vanquish Anniversary and its Deadzones. The aiming dead zone is 20%, 20% square, so in the corners it's a little larger. 20% is a pretty common dead zone size, but it is pretty large. You can see how much stick movement I can make without anything occurring in-game. This game only has options for sensitivity. The sensitivity options are pretty decent. There's options for hipfire sensitivity, ADS sensitivity, and zoom sensitivity for scoped weapons. So that's pretty good, but unfortunately there's no dead zone options. There wasn't in the original version either, but that's still an issue here. Square dead zones have the side effect of restricting diagonal movement around the axes, so as you can see, making these bobbing motions only outputs perfectly left movements. Even if we're at an obvious angle, it's still perfectly left. It's always easiest to see when looking straight up or down. It isn't until you break out of these axial dead zones where you start seeing diagonal movement occur. Because of this, aiming can feel quite a bit clunkier because a lot of the stick is only outputting 4 directions. And this is most obvious when making precise adjustments because most of your precise adjustments will only have access to these 4 directions, which makes aiming feel really clunky. Movement, on the other hand, uses about a 30% circular dead zone, so you exit the dead zone consistently on any angle. As you can see, there is no kind of walk-run gradient. So normally dead zone's size doesn't matter too much for movement in games, but it really does matter in cases like this, since you can point very subtly or fully and nothing changes. What does matter is that there is full diagonal movement. You can see that if I pass right around the axes, you will see the character, or that be reflected in the character's movement. So movement feels really good because of this. The diagonal lines represent the dodge threshold. You can dodge in 4 directions in this game. Now it's a little strange that you can only dodge in 4 directions when they could have given you the option to dodge in any direction. I'm not sure why they chose to do that, but this is separated by angle, and this is kind of the ideal way that you would set that up. But when you look at both these dead zones, you see they set a circular dead zone up for moving, which feels like it was an intentional choice to use a square dead zone for aiming, and that's kind of the worst choice. I don't know what the exact intention was for that. Maybe because they liked having you locked to the horizontal plane, just to help with these kind of adjustments, but this also makes diagonal adjustments more difficult because you have to overcorrect to be able to see diagonal movement occur. Some of you watching might have noticed that the character actually responds to right stick movements within this dead zone, so they did plan to have the character react to this, and you can actually see that there is a circular dead zone because the character responds to movements beneath the camera dead zone. But there must have been a choice to just have the cursor move separately. So it's a little unfortunate that we just see a worse dead zone being chosen over a better dead zone when it's already used for movement. This game doesn't have aim assist, but it does have a slow motion gimmick which takes care of that, so it's not too big of an issue, but even if it's not really an issue, it does feel quite a bit clunkier being set up this way. This Deadzone was actually changed in the anniversary version. In the original version, the aiming Deadzone was a little bigger and looked more kind of like an 8-pointed star, with its restricted diagonal movements flaring out a bit more. Overall, it still was the similar experience, but this is actually an improvement. And if we look at Platinum's games as a whole, the aiming system here is by far the best. It was quite a bit more clunky in most of their other games. So this is the best, even though using a square Deadzone isn't very good. But that about covers it. So thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day.